Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are, what you're doing, what time it is when you're watching this. It's your boy, Celine Driver, me, coming to you with another not walking and talking video. Someday I am going to actually start walking in my walking and talking videos, but it's actually looked like it's going to rain out this afternoon, so I don't want to walk in the rain with a phone and the Battle Angel Memorial selfie stick. Might ruin something. So, this topic was suggested to me by a Battle Angel, actually, and I thought it was an interesting little topic. I think it's sort of directly affecting her right now. It did affect me recently, and as a father of two girls, and she's a mom of three people, actually. Um, I thought I'd touch on it briefly because, what the hell? Sometimes you struggle for ideas, not content. I mean, content is content, but sometimes you struggle for ideas, and when somebody throws you one that seems pretty interesting, you run with it. And this one was, I wrote this down. Hang on. When is the right? Wait a minute. Did I read that right? When is the right time to either your kids move out on their own, or B, get your kids out of the house? And all of us who are parents, or have been parents, that raising kids is full-time job. Stay-at-home mom, for example, I think is probably the toughest job in the known universe. It's also the most important. Or stay-at-home dad. I mean, if you're a stay-at-home dad, God bless you. But there comes a time when it's either time to ask them to leave nicely, or it's time, or the child themselves decides it's time for them to leave voluntarily, or in extreme cases, and I don't wish this on anybody, throw the kid out. Now, full fair disclosure, I have not thrown a kid out of my house, okay? I've sometimes, in my black little heart, wanted them to leave because of all the drama, but I never asked them to leave. As a matter of fact, in my case, being an older gentleman, I didn't actually mind having one or both kids around, other than the fact that maybe a couple trivial things here and there, like my water bill was grotesquely high because evidently girls like to take baths more than showers, and having my driveway clogged up with cars and having to do the automotive hokey pokey every time I wanted to get in or out of my driveway. For the most part, I enjoyed having my children around. I mean, I have, and I'll brag on them a little bit. I have two good girls. I do. They're a little crazy, but they're good girls. I mean, neither one of them smokes, neither drinks. Well, not much anyway. No drugs. Neither one of them got knocked up at 17 or whatever. So, in considering this day and age, and this is 2022 when I'm making this, raising a female child that didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't do drugs, and didn't get pregnant before they graduated high school, that's considered not only a win but a miracle. But I digress. I liked having my kids around. I never really encouraged them to leave, except I didn't directly encourage them to leave. I encouraged them to go to college, and the way it ended up, by necessity, they had to leave the house. They had to move out. But there's a college near me called State College of Florida, next town over, They could have just as easily attended that for the first 2 years and then transferred to a big university and lived here. And that was given to them as an option. Both of them chose not to do that. Both of them chose to leave. And so at 18 or so years old, when fall semester started, for one kid at University of Florida, for the next one down Santa Fe College, and then University of South Florida, when fall semester rolled around, they moved out. They left. Now, one of them moved back for a while and then left again recently. But I never encouraged them to leave. I never said leave. Why are you still here? Get the GTFO. You lazy bum, get out. None of that. They left of their own volition. I enjoyed having them around. It gave me a sense of security having them around in case something happened to me, that they would be here to help me. And I would be here to help them if something happened to them. Kind of hard for me to do anything to help them when they're in another part of the state, which is sort of a nightmare for any parent when something happens to your kid and they're hundreds of or thousands of miles away and you're helpless. Other folks may not have had it so good. Other folks may have had what you call a failure to launch kind of thing. The kid just won't do anything. They've gotten through at least high school. They sit around, you know the scenario. They sit around, they play video games all day, or they're on their phone all day, or they're on the internet all day. They don't work. They don't do anything. They consume a lot of food. They drive up the utility bills, and they're not really doing anything to move their lives forward because mommy and or daddy are taking care of everything. I don't envy those people. I really don't. I don't have that scenario, so I don't know exactly what that feels like. I am of the opinion, if you're looking for my opinion, and you probably are if you're watching the video, or you're probably just looking for a way to make fun of me later. But I am of the opinion that when they are graduated high school and they are 18 years old and they are somewhat aware of the world around them, they have some kind of autonomy. Maybe not so much kick them out, but if they are going to stay in your home, they need to contribute. They need to be working at least part-time. They need to be doing something other than, screaming for where's my next meal from, and can you buy me this video game? Enabling your child to be lazy and slothful and of little societal worth is, in my opinion, a failure of parenting. We all want the best for our kids. We all want to solve all their problems. We all want to make their lives easier than our lives, etc., etc. I've heard all the platitudes. I have. But I am of the opinion that at some point when they become legally an adult, they need to start becoming an adult. They need to start getting out, working, learning to punch a time clock, if there is such a thing anymore. Learning that they have to pay taxes, learning that they have to balance a checkbook, learning that they have to make their own decisions. They have to learn to cook for themselves and clean for themselves, do their own laundry, run a household at some level. Even if they move into an apartment with 2 or 3 roommates, at least they're on their own, making their own decisions. And they need to fail at some level. They need to fall. They need to metaphorically fall down and scrape their knee. It has been said by men and women smarter and wiser and more worldly than me that more is learned from failure than from success. I bet every one of you who is an actual real life grown ass adult knows what I'm talking about and agrees with that. Even if you don't agree with anything else I say, you agree that failure has taught you more, or as much or more than success. Certainly has for me. So the question of when do you get the kid out of the house is highly subjective. It depends on you. Or what kind of parent are you? How much empathy or lack thereof do you have? I enjoyed having my kids around, but I knew at some point they had to leave sooner rather than later and learn to, as the kids say, adult. They needed to learn adulting. Now, one of my children didn't want to learn adulting. She whined, she cried. Well, not literally cried, but she didn't. She's said to me many times, "Dad, I hate adulting. I don't want to do it." And it's a tough shit. You're going to get tired of living with me at some point. You're going to have to learn how to do things on your own. You shop for yourself, keep yourself and your stuff clean, make financial decisions on your own, cook for yourself, maintain your car, get along with people, interpersonal relationships, work with other people at a job. And believe it or not, that kid who said that she didn't like adulting so much is now more of an adult than I could have ever hoped at the age she is. And the other one, she took to living on her own easily, quickly, and with great glee. And they're both doing well out there. I am always here as a backstop, and they know that. Just like my parents, even to this day, have my back if and when I need them. So, when do you throw the kid out? Hey, that's up to you, my friends. That's up to you. But if you want this old Gator's opinion, do it sooner rather than later. Do not have a failure to launch. Do not have a mid-20s man-child or woman-child sitting in your basement or in their room upstairs or downstairs or wherever, playing video games and not doing anything with their lives other than driving your bills up. Got to get them out of the house. Got to get them doing it on their own. Or they'll never leave. And they'll never be the people you wanted them to be. And they will certainly never be the people they wanted to be. As I say at the end of all the videos I do when I do my watch reviews and stuff like that, I always say, it is a crazy old world out there. And it is not getting any less crazy. That's true. But sheltering your children from the crazy, from life, is not the answer. And if you think I'm wrong, or you think I'm right, or you think I missed something, comment down below. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff for me, please. And this is your boy, Celine Driver, with another Not Walkin' and Talking video. And I am out.